In this video, we're going to continue looking at proving identities in hyperbolic functions. So this question says, given that cosh x is 3 over 2, where x is positive, find the exact value of the following. Okay, let's start with sin x. Well, we could maybe try to find a value for e to the x or something like that, or find out what x is, but honestly that's a waste of time because we can just use the identity, which says that cosh squared x minus sin squared x is 1. So 3 over 2 squared is 9 over 4, minus sin squared x is 1. So that means that sin squared x is going to be 9 over 4 minus 1, which is 5 over 4. And that means that sin x is, well, it's plus or minus root 5 over 2, but we're told that x is positive. And when x is positive, sin x is positive. So we can say that sin x is positive root 5 over 2. The question obviously could have said x is negative, in which case it would be negative, or it could have said find the possible values of. All right, tang x. Well, tang x is just sin x over cosh x. So this is simply going to be root 5 over 2 divided by 3 over 2, which gets us root 5 over 3. Finally, sin 2x, well, we can use our identity, which is that sin 2x is 2 sin x cosh x. Now, I just used Osborne's rule there. I know that sin 2x is 2 sin x cos x. I see no sine squares, so it's the same. It's just 2 sin x cosh x. So what is that? It's 2 sin x. We know that sin x is root 5 over 2, and cosh x is 3 over 2, giving us, well, cancel, 3 root 5 over 2. So it's relatively easy to work our way through the values of other functions at the same point just by using the identities. Okay, let's use the definitions of sin x and cosh x, i.e. convert everything into e to the x's, to prove that sin 3x is equal to 3 sin x plus 4 sin cubed x. I think this is a good example of one where it's easier to start on the right hand side because I can just find sin x and then I can write it down and cube it and work there and sort of aim towards something here. It's a bit easier to work that way around. So the right hand side is 3 sin x, that's 3 times e to the x minus e to the minus x over 2, plus 4, and this is going to be the hard bit, isn't it? E to the x minus e to the minus x over 2 cubed. All right. I guess I'll just leave this one as it is. Let's see where this is heading. Yeah, I'll just leave, well, I guess I'll expand it. 3e to the x minus 3e to the minus x over 2 plus 4 times, now let's expand this. Okay, basically doing a bit of binomial expansion now in our heads. If we can, if we can't, just write out the brackets and do this really carefully. I've got e to the x cubed, so that's e to the 3x. Then I've got minus 3 times this one squared times this one not squared. So that's e to the 2x times e to the minus x, which is e to the x. So 3e to the x. Then 3 times, and this is going to be plus because it's this one once and this one twice, and the negative cancels. I get e to the x times e to the minus 2x, giving me e to the minus x here. And finally this term cubed, so that's minus e to the minus 3x. And all of that is over 8. Okay, let's look through this and think what is looking good, what's looking not so good. So 4 times, the 4 cancels with the 8 give me everything over 2, so that's good. So everything is over 2. So in total I've got 3e to the x minus 3e to the minus x. Then, yeah, this basically is all over 2, so I'm left with plus e to the 3x minus 3 e to the x plus 3 e to the minus x minus e to the minus 3x, and all of that is over 2. Good, lots of things cancel. 3e to the x cancels with minus 3e to the x. Minus 3e to the minus x cancels with the 3e to the minus x. So the only things that survive are e to the 3x and the minus e to the minus 3x all over 2. What is that? By definition, that is sine of 3x. And there we have another nice result. It's exactly the same. Is it exactly the same? No, it's not exactly the same as the result from standard trig, because in standard trig, sine 3x is actually equal to 3 sine x minus 4 sine cubed x. And that's because sine cubed x is sine squared x times sine x. So Osborne rule kicks in there. That sine squared x lurking in there flips over to a negative, in this case turning it into positive for sine cubed x. Okay, let's have a look at this nice problem, which is basically an analogue of harmonic form in standard trig. Show that 3 sine x plus 5 cosh x can be written in the form r cosh x plus alpha, where r is greater than 0 and alpha is a constant to be found in exact form. Okay, we're going to approach this in much the same way that we approach things when it's standard trig. What we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to expand this using our cosh a plus b rule. So that's going to give me r times, and then our rule is cosh of x plus alpha is cosh x cosh alpha plus sine x sine alpha. So it's r cosh x cosh alpha plus r sine x sine alpha. We want this to be identical to 3 sine x plus 5 cosh x. And we just do some comparing coefficients here. So we look at how many sine x's have we got on the right. We've got 3. How many sine x's are on the left? It's r sine alpha. So that means that r sine alpha must equal 3. And we do the same thing for the coshes. We've got 5 of them over here, and we've got r cosh alpha of them here. So I know that r cosh alpha equals 5. Now recall from standard trig, at this stage you would divide, and that would give you tan of something equals something, and you do inverse tan. We'll do that here, but we'll get tanh. And then in normal trig, we rely on the fact that sine squared x plus cos squared x is 1, and so we can basically do a bit of Pythagoras to find out r. We need to be more careful here, but let's start with that one. If I square both of these, I end up with r squared sine squared alpha equals 9, and I have r squared cosh squared alpha equals 25. Now the result in hyperbolic is that cosh squared x minus sine squared x is 1. So if I do this line minus this line, I end up with r squared cosh squared alpha minus sine squared alpha, and that is equal to 25 minus 9, which is 16. Cosh squared alpha minus sine squared alpha is 1, so r squared is 16 and r is 4 because r is positive. I can do the division, dividing these two lines. The r's cancel and I get tanh alpha equals 3/5. So that means that alpha is r tanh 3/5, and now I can just use the formula for what r tanh is. So r tanh of something is half ln 1 plus that thing, so 1 plus 3/5 over 1 minus that thing. So what is that? Well, inside the bracket we've got 1 plus 3/5 and then 1 minus 3 over 5, that's just 4. That's nice and simple. So half ln 4. Oh, but look, 4 to the power of a half is 2, so alpha is ln 2. So there's our answer. We can write it in the form 4 cosh x plus ln 2. And there's our sort of hyperbolic version of harmonic form. We can do the same thing with sine and cosh that we can do with sine and cos. Okay, that's all for proving identities. Of course, a typical exam question, which we'll come to later on, is prove an identity, hence solve an equation. So stick around for the next video where we'll be solving equations.